Hello everyone. Juliet Solomon launched the Thought of the Day initiative nearly 8 weeks ago. We have now had just over 40 videos from such a wide variety of people across our community, and I would like to thank Juliet on the community's behalf for bringing this wonderful initiative to Bushey. It has been so interesting to hear the diverse range of thoughts, feelings, projects, initiatives, coping strategies, and kind gestures that every single one of you have been experiencing. We thank you for sharing those little pieces of yourselves with us. I've had many different types of thoughts over the last 3 months. I'm grateful to have had friends in the community and beyond that I've been able to sound these out to, as well as the countless hours I've been able to spend speaking to Shira, a treat that came to us extremely rarely prior to lockdown. In fact, my foremost feeling during this period has been gratitude for being able to spend more time and better time with Shira and the kids. Our community has taken a heavy hit with illness and bereavement, and Rabbi Feldman had to take all of that on himself in order to not put us both at risk during this time. I'm extremely grateful to the Feldmans for their great sacrifices, especially their cancelling their long-awaited sabbatical to be able to steer the ship for all of us. This has meant that Shira and I have had plenty of opportunity to grow the community online and to see some of the incredibly positive outcomes that this period has had for our members. There have been many people over these last few months who have asked what I am feeling from a Jewish perspective. As I've said countless times, it is impossible to know exactly why events have transpired in this way. We are not prophets and we cannot pinpoint a cause. However, I have learnt a lot from examining how we have been impacted, and I would like to share some of the thoughts that I've had and some of the reflections from people I have talked to in our community. There are so many things that our Western society cherishes that is antithetical to what Judaism encourages, and much of this lifestyle has been inaccessible in the last few months. For generations, Shabbat has been a day with purpose. It elevates physicality to spirituality and imbues the 6 weekdays with blessing and success. It is a day when we can focus on a relationship with ourselves, with our families, and with our Creator. For many Jews around the world prior to lockdown, it was a day for trips, football, shopping, and other endeavors. That version of Shabbat has been unavailable. And so many people have mentioned to me that they have loved the slower pace of life that Shabbat during quarantine has provided. There could well be elements of this newfound relationship with Shabbat that could endure when restrictions are lifted. Another family mentioned to me that whereas normally they would not be so strict with the types of restaurants and shops that they would go to or order food from, they have had this choice taken away from them during lockdown, and they're not actually missing it. Would it be such a bad thing for us to look back at this period and for even one family to have taken huge strides in their commitment to keeping kosher? What about all the people who, like me, have struggled to spend time with their spouses and their children? The isolation has provided an opportunity to work on their marital harmony as well as their relationships with their children. We as a community have in turn been contributing more money, more time, and more energy to giving to those who are less fortunate. I think that is an incredibly positive outcome of the coronavirus, and one which so many of you have echoed in your thoughts. It is also incredible that throughout all of this, Hashem has not eliminated our spiritual world. He might have closed our shuls, but He has not deprived us of the ability to pray, to observe Shabbat, to observe Pesach, to wear a talit and tefillin, and to study Torah. I have found it so inspiring that so many people have seized the opportunity to explore what prayer and the other mitzvot really mean to them. It is amazing that people who could spend months not setting foot into shul, if not a whole year, have been amongst our highest attending members in our online programming. People have started putting tefillin on daily, slowing down their prayers, trying to find ways to learn with their children, and so much more. This time has also prompted us to re-examine who we look up to as role models and sources of inspiration. I've loved seeing the tweets and online requests to do away with the Oscars and sporting awards and give all that respect to the key workers and the NHS. It is still too early to know what the outcome of the BLM protests will be, but it is intriguing that even the idols of history are under scrutiny. Fundamentally, everything that happens in our lives should act as a springboard for introspection and action. Life is like a downward moving escalator. If we don't make the active decision to push ourselves forwards, to challenge our habits, our attitudes, then we will find ourselves gradually slipping instead of climbing. So that's all for now, for the Thought of the Day series. Perhaps it will reincarnate in the future if people would like it to, but I will sign off for now, wishing you all a meaningful and wonderful day. Stay safe and stay healthy.